I'm not dragging at all. Hello and welcome to another episode of One Fall WrestleCast. I apologize for my absence last week, as well as my sudden appearance and ruining of the show. I ruined it. Um, yeah, my bad. My bad. My bad. But there's a lot to talk about this week. First and foremost, Tony Khan and Ariel Helwani are just internet gold. Um, can't wait to talk about that. Can't wait to get Tom riled up. Big surprise, Derek's late. So we're gonna play our game, hopefully, maybe soon. But also, Elimination Chamber was a thing. We got to talk about a little bit of the fallout from that. Actually, you guys covered that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind. We're not talking about
A
Elimination
good
Chamber. Nikki Bella. What's her beef? Like, for real. Charlotte Flair does not believe that she is a believable babyface. Man, we got a lot of shit to talk about. Let's just get after this. As soon as I find the button, my computer's just being goofy. I don't know what's happening right now.
button.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
What's up, bud? How we doing?
It's like we're playing a game.
We are playing a game. So Tom is the defending champ, and Tom and I have been like working on some solids for this thing, right? And I think we finally landed on something. So as the defending champ, Tom defers to me, the challenger, and I will pick a time, which will then give Tom the choice to choose either over or under. Now you can play this one of two ways. I could make him pick the under by guessing really, really high, or I can make him pick the over by guessing really, really low, or maybe squeeze him into picking the under because, got to gamble every once in a while. So my time for Derek to arrive on this show is 7:58.
Ooh, 7:58. I'm gonna go under.
Ooh, it's a bold strategy, Cotton.
That's you had a bold pick. It's you giving him 20.
I had to challenge you with this this new rule set. Right
I think I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
Although I don't have a whole lot of confidence in that, but I'm gonna go under.
And as I always do while we're having this conversation, I'm texting him and telling him that we are live. Patrick, Pat, friend of the show, Pat Martin. I haven't got to say that in a while. Pat's been busy, man. But Pat takes the under also with you, Tom. So Pat's got confidence in your choice, even Derek. So
Confidence in my ability to
that's his
defend.
boy.
Oh, he believes in Derek. Belief in Derek. I believe that Derek will be here. I just don't.
So here we go. I'm sending the text right now.
Right.
Hello. Did you forget about something? Question mark. Okay.
Well,
I mean, it's not like I didn't miss last week's show that he just had to come in and just be like, "Oh, I had to miss a show because I'm the show misser." You could just miss a show. But I'll tell you what, I was glad that you guys went live last week. I'm sorry that I dropped in and I mucked it all up. Yeah, that was my bad. I don't know.
I still had fun, so
I don't know what happened here. But you guys had a great show. You had a great show.
We did.
You missed me. Y'all missed me at the end though. Like you missed me at the end.
Yeah, we definitely did.
Yeah,
we certainly did.
That was the only time you missed me though. I will tell you that.
it's not the same. It's otherwise, but
well, somebody's got to conduct this chaos train. May as well be me.
somebody's got to keep us on track. But we tried.
Absolutely.
We tried. Damn it.
So, hey, bud, like I want to get into all of this stuff, but like there's a lot going on, and a lot of this I believe that Derek is going to have an opinion on. I really hate to get to like our top three things that we really, really want to touch on, and Derek not be involved, because I know my man's got some serious heat with Nikki Bella. So we'll see how that goes.
I like the Derek has heat with Nikki Bella. Like just
hey man, I don't really know that he does. I'm just hyping up the crowd.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I mean?
All right. You just assumed.
Yeah.
You just assumed because he has heat with Sasha Banks that he also has heat with Nikki Bella. It just makes sense.
Yeah. You want to know who's got fucking heat with me? Triple H has heat with me. If he puts fucking Omos and Brock Lesnar in the ring at WrestleMania, okay, I'm gonna shit a chicken.
Yeah, I can't say that that's gonna be. So that's, what did I say in the chat? That's got Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez vibes written all over it. Like, it's just gonna be. Remember how bad that match was?
Yes.
And like, we were children.
Oh my god! I just watched it a couple of weeks ago. Bad.
I mean, we were children. I don't know that Omos is as bad as Giant Gonzalez is, and the the Undertaker is not Brock Lesnar, but I mean, I can't imagine that they'll go out there and have a match worthy of WrestleMania, let alone worthy of like the
WrestleMania
opening.
goes Hollywood's biggest wrestling storyline in like 15 years. You're gonna put that shit on that show?
Yeah, right. Like, are we gonna? I mean, that's the go get a beer, take a poop break match for sure. Because it's not gonna go very long. So
I'm gonna go get some chicken tenders. That used to be your go-to.
Tendies.
Yeah,
I do like the tendies. I mean, I still like tendies or wings. Wings are good, but tendies are good because you can also put them in the wing sauce and eat them. Without, you can even use a knife and fork if you want to get fancy about it. So chicken tender is really like, with the wings on the bone, you got to get in there like a caveman. With the tendies, you can be a little bit more je ne sais quoi, if you will. That means I don't know what.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. No, that's what it means, actually. Is I don't know what.
Well, that's not
what
real.
The phrase means. Anyway. So, yeah, that's just going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be a rotten match, but it's not going to be.
You're right. It's going to be a fucking train wreck.
No, I'm like, it's not going to be fun or good.
I mean, Brock Lesnar's so big and powerful that, like, I think that he could make that something, right? Because he is the master of taking chicken shit and making chicken salad, right? Like, he talks about it all the time. But this is an chicken saladable moment, okay? Like, Omos is not going to be able to help him do anything.
No,
like the dude can barely help himself.
Yeah, I'm concerned. What happened? Can Omos take? I mean, Brock Lesnar is going to give him an F5. Let's be real.
What if Omos wins this?
I mean, maybe we riot. I don't know. If Omos wins, we riot. Maybe we need the sign that says if Omos wins, we riot.
Maybe Brock sees something in him and he wants to put him over.
Does he though?
No, there's no fucking way. Does that seem
like the kind of guy Brock Lesnar is? Because he don't seem like that kind of guy to me. And you're frozen, but oh, you're back. What'd you say? Nope, you're not.
Listen, I'm sorry, folks. I do not know what is going on with my internet right now. I said there's literally no fucking way that happens. Like, no way that happens.
I'm like just the logistics of like, because Brock Lesnar's gonna F5 him, whether Omos wants it or not. Can Omos take it? I mean, he's gonna get it, so I don't know what the problem is, but can he take it? Is that gonna be a thing where like that's the end of the Nigerian giant? There he is. He's muted. He's just talking with no words coming out. With the talking and the no words.
Oh my goodness gracious! That's like me in this whole Brock Lesnar Omos situation.
Wow.
No words. No words.
I think me and Pat won some money right there. I came in fast enough, right? As long as it was below 15 minutes, that was worth something.
No, it's nothing like that.
Oh, were you listening, bud? Huh?
No. I can read the chat.
Okay.
Inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Tom, should we tell him since the cat's out of the okay.
No. Pat, stop.
Pat, you're killing the gimmick, bro. Killing the gimmick.
Stop. You don't need to know shit. Nothing happened.
Doesn't mean anything, bud.
Oh, good.
Doesn't mean nothing.
I know nothing.
By the way, hashtag and still. So, but like, I just don't understand, like, what the thought process is putting this dude in the fucking ring with Brock Lesnar.
I don't really know either. Oh, he's gone. Well, I mean, you know, it's the same reason they had they had Bronson Reed and what's his face?
Wah. That's your boy.
It is my boy.
What a
it's the same
bomb.
reason they had Bronson Reed and Otis have a stare down, because they like big meaty men slapping meat.
Hey, speaking of Otis, male maximum models, make that a thing. Make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen. But like, you still have to include Chad Gable in it too, unless you're gonna do something with him in that character, because that character, you turn it up a little bit more. I think that's got a singles run written all over it. Maybe like a U.S. title reign. Chad Gable is that guy, right? Like, he is the quintessential professional. You know, he got forgotten about for a little while, right? Like with the whole Shorty G gimmick. And to turn it around and get paired up with Otis when both of them were floundering, and for them to create something like they have with the Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
Kudos to those boys, right? Because that shit is over.
Not only that, but like the two of them together are just. Chad Gable was an underrated comedic genius. He really is. Like, he's really, really funny. And Otis he's Otis. He's great. He's funny too. But Chad Gable,
he's been great in this like stone cold killer role too. But like, I kind of thought maybe they were going to start bringing him back to the fun side a little bit when they started letting him grow his hair out and his beard out again. Yeah. I kind of felt like maybe the winds of change were coming. But I would be great if American Alpha and the Maximum Male Models became a thing, and Otis started wearing, like, you know, all of the skimpy clothes like Marseille and Monsoir are wearing. Like,
it would end up being like
it'd be the funniest thing on TV.
It would be the funniest. It would be like the Chippendales.
Yes, Chris
SNL
Farley
skit
and Patrick
Swayze.
Swayze.
Yeah. That's. They almost need to do that exactly. In fact, WrestleMania is coming up, and they're doing those like movie clips. I know that SNL's not exactly in line with what they were working on. Like, it doesn't exactly line up with that, but they really just need to recreate that specific SNL skit with Otis and with Chad Gable, and they can put it in with those other, you know, vignettes about, you know, with Seth Rollins as the Joker and all that other, and Becky as Batman. They could do all that, and I think it would work just fine. But it's a matter of that just needs to happen, and that's just something that needs to be on TV. We were talking about this earlier. They book everything for guys in our age range, right? Like 35 to 40.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's like, oh, well, let's just let's just do that throwback for them for this. And it would just work. It would just work.
No, absolutely. It would be absolutely perfect. Right. And it's like, I just don't know, man. Like, there's so much fun stuff, and I know that we're getting ready to hit the reset button with WrestleMania right around the corner, and like maybe we're starting to see some seeds of some things, right? But one thing that I think that we can all agree on that we don't see those seeds becoming saplings is Charlotte Flair playing a babyface on television.
No, and I don't think Charlotte doesn't see it either. Of all the people that. Of all the top tier talent that they've forced one way or the other, like John Cena and Roman Reigns and the guys that they kept, either they kept baby faces for so long that never flipped back and forth. I don't understand why they keep flipping Charlotte back and forth. It doesn't seem to make sense.
I know, because she's a PR machine.
I mean, that's really
she
what it
looks
is.
like $1 million. She acts like $1 million.
Talks like
right?
$1 million. You can send her to
talks
anything.
like $1 million.
Yeah,
she fits in any crowd, anywhere, any type of press. Charlotte
Can we
Flair
go ahead and point out though that it costs about $10K for her to look like $1 million?
Hey,
no, I don't.
If not more,
you get that allegedly. Okay, allegedly.
You've seen the pictures.
Yeah, but she has vehemently denied that she has had any facial alterations, just her boobies. Okay,
yeah. Those are she's had those done,
and those will make your face look different.
Yeah, but look at how fucking lean she is compared to this time last year or this time 2 years ago. She's put a focus on her body for her career. Look at it.
She actually looks, I would say right now, because before her last title reign or her last little feud with Ronda Rousey before she went away and got married and they bought a house and they did it all kind of stuff. Before that, I would say like she was super lean, but she was so lean like you could see like
her face was sucked in.
Yeah, and like you could see like sinew and stuff, and it's like that looks kind of like I don't like it when anybody looks like that. True, man, woman, child, anybody that has that, like you can see like the veins and the sinew and the tendons and stuff.
What, like, you don't like big bulky dudes with their veins and shit popping out?
No, that grosses me out too. That grosses me out too. It does.
Yeah, well, it grosses me out. The fact that Derek can't get on board with Charlotte Flair, that grosses me out. And it's like, hey, bud, like I don't know, what's your beef? Like, really?
Why is it that you have to insinuate that I hate everyone in the women's division?
Because you do.
What this is coming. I never talked to one
except for Asuka.
Except for Asuka. I do love me some Asuka. Let me tell you about Asuka and why Asuka is the best chance we have.
Well, we're not talking about Asuka. We're talking about
Charlotte.
We're going to move on to that. If you want to speak to me, we're going to talk about Asuka.
She threw up blue stuff on Raw that was kind of weird. I don't know that
I'm talking about her performance.
Oh yeah, no, she's great.
Yeah.
Charlotte's great in the ring too.
We all know
she's great.
We all know that Asuka's great, bud.
But here's the thing with Charlotte's been given everything she has
given
gotten.
What?
Buddy, 14 or 15? Is it 15? I think it might
12.
be 15.
It's 12. I can count. No, don't worry.
That seems a little low. Anyway,
because they took her NXT title reigns away. They don't count to the number.
Well, that was probably Vince's shit.
Okay,
have you checked with Tripp since he came back into power?
No,
they might be.
Nah, he's been a little busy. We haven't had a chance to talk to him. I mean, not everybody's on a day-to-day texting basis with fucking cocaine, Tony. Okay, like.
I wish.
Sorry that I don't have your big dick energy over there with fucking
Why do you think I don't respond as quickly as I need to you guys? Because I'm over here on the fucking other sideline with Tony.
All I'm saying is, bud, Tony Khan would appreciate if you were on time once in a while. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah, shit. Look, Tony manages his cocaine addiction and he manages to start 2 shows on time every week. Somehow. I'm not real sure how that works out. Nobody watched Rampage on Friday, but
hey man, everybody watches Rampage. What are you talking about? Rampage is a great show on television. Everybody wants to watch Rampage. We're gonna build Rampage up.
I
into
won't
something
watch
special.
Rampage.
Rampage
I'm
is
not watching
the best.
Rampage.
Rampage
I'm
is
not
the
watching
greatest
it.
hour of
I'm not
wrestling on
watching
all
it.
of television. All you gotta do is ask me. I'll tell you. I promise. I promise that I will tell you Rampage is great. Go watch Rampage. I mean, 10 other people in their grandma's basement watch Rampage. Its ratings aren't bad, not at all. No, we're good. Life is great. Don't worry about Rampage. You just keep tuning in. I'm going to keep just giving you what you want. Absolutely nothing. That's what you want, right? That's what you come Friday night for, right? You want to see nothing.
that's what we tune in for on Wednesdays. Is
This
absolutely nothing.
This is incredibly accurate.
It really is. Before we move on to that, Charlotte is a baby face. We're not done with that. I agree that it's she's great for PR because you could just send Charlotte Flair places. And
spilled Eagle Rare, you said.
She can. I am a little bit actually, and she could talk to whomever it is, whether it's Kelly Ripa or Ryan
Regis
Seacrest,
Philbin.
He's been dead for like.
He's dead.
Oh, Regis
decade.
is dead?
He's been dead.
Yeah, that doesn't
Nah.
count. I learned that earlier this week.
What?
Did you really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's surprisingly, that makes me feel better.
I mean, it's been a while. Really, it really has been a while.
He
I just
wasn't
saw
a
him on
big part of
TV
my
like
life.
3 days ago.
No, you didn't. He was dead 3 days ago. He's probably been dead for 5 or 6 years.
Oh man,
I didn't tune
R.I.P.
into
Reed.
the Phil and Kathy Lee show very often.
Isn't it
Regis
Michael
Kathy
Strahan now?
And it was, and then he left, and then it was Ryan Seacrest, and he's leaving. And
Maybe nobody wants to work with Kelly Ripa because it
Maybe.
seems
Well,
like
now
everybody
she's
wants
a
to work with
bitch.
Kelly Ripa.
I mean, that's
now her
obvious.
husband.
Yeah.
Now her husband is gonna work.
Oh,
And he
that poor
has
fucking
to.
guy.
Yeah, like
poor
he
guy.
doesn't even have a choice.
Yeah.
She's like, hey,
Hey,
babe,
honey.
nobody else will
Hey.
work with me.
Hey, I
Yeah.
lost another co-host this week.
No, it's another one.
Your turn. Are you
Well, to be
fucking
fair to
kidding
Ryan
me?
Seacrest, he's just doing all the shows. Like he's just on TV all day. So like he just wanted to fucking sleep sometimes. I think that might be the case. Ryan Seacrest may have actually hit the age where he has to go to bed occasionally.
Charlotte Flair is the fucking opportunity.
She is, and not only that, pretty much for the longest time. I mean, I don't know that it's necessarily because I feel like the capabilities and the quality of the women's matches has been going up and up every year. But for the longest time, it was we're going to add Charlotte to this match because that's just going to make the match better. And every time that was just like, yep, that worked.
Yeah, because I was in the school of thought. I was fucking pissed when
Mm-hmm.
they added her to the main event of WrestleMania with Becky Lynch. Because like to me, like being a Becky guy, right? Like I felt like that was like Charlotte like trying to take that shine, and I think Becky felt the same way, and I think that's probably why we've got such the divide in their relationship. But that's neither here nor there. But now in hindsight, looking back at it, it's like
That match was
damn,
way better.
if it wasn't for Charlotte Flair, that match would have been dog shit.
Yeah, that match would have been not very good without Charlotte in it. It would have been
Really? Is that where you guys are on that?
No,
Yes.
So Ronda was not about to carry a WrestleMania main event level match. It was not. Not only was she not about to carry, she was not, and she honestly almost mucked it up. She kind of did actually at the end there. So like, and Becky, while Becky's good, she wasn't gonna manhandle Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean? She wasn't going to like mold it into the perfect. It's just not the case. Ronda Rousey could beat the shit out of Becky Lynch and manhandle her any day of the week and twice on Sunday. So Becky wasn't going to be like an Undertaker forcing a good match out of a smaller competitor type of thing.
Did you know that that's a mainstream saying that like any day of the week and twice on Sunday? That's a wrestling reference.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did you know that, little Derek?
No.
Because they would have 2 shows on Sunday.
Yeah, it's in the old territory days. They'd
territory.
wrestle every day and have 2 shows on Sunday.
Twice on Sunday.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Tom.
That's
That's just random dumb thought.
It's
Thanks,
I know
man.
that's why. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I use it. But it's also it was very good. But yes, thank you for that nugget of knowledge.
I've learned so many words now, like chooch
And nugget.
and nuggets.
No,
And
Owen Hart taught
twice
us
on
what
Sunday.
a nugget was.
Uh-huh. But yeah, there was just the longest point in time where it was just like, oh, if we add Charlotte to this match, it's just going to be better.
But didn't you not hate it in the process of that happening? It was terrible. I hated it.
In the process, I was probably like, oh, God, here we go again.
Yeah,
but
man, I think all of us were.
Probably not.
No,
You're a mark for
bullshit.
Charlotte Flair, but
I really think all of us were.
I mean, I kind of am. But, in the back of my mind, it's always like, oh, again? It's like, but then it happens. And then I'm like, oh, you know what? Didn't hate the match because it was a good match. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it.
I think for me, it was just the number count that kept increasing constantly. Like the 12 championship reigns. I mean, for as short as it was just okay. Hear me out. Just real quick. This is going to be 30 seconds. Is what it is that they were just trying to run up the number as fast as they could. Because now we can, declare her the 14-time women's champion.
She and Carmella flip-flopped it back and forth like the same day or like one.
Oh, we're gonna get a Carmella now.
Yeah. Hey, Carmella's title reign was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Carmella.
Yeah.
I know Walt likes Carmella, and he even wanted to talk about her in the Elimination Chamber. No. Carmella is trash.
Whoa,
I'm glad Corey Graves likes Carmella.
No, man,
I'm
listen,
not interested.
I think she's a different flavor of ice cream, right? Like, it's just
the one that belongs in NXT.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I mean, I'm glad they brought back that Mella is money thing, but like the shit she was doing with the face, that was good work, man. That was good shit. That was good shit, pal.
She's in reign 14 right now.
Okay,
if they're counting,
I was right. 12.
If they count the Divas Championship, which I think they do. So she's been six times the Raw champion.
Is that including the NXT Championship?
That is not including NXT Championships.
Okay. Then I was wrong.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm wrong.
So yeah, she's currently in main roster for championship reign number 14.
I was wrong. You know who else has 14 title reigns? Randy Orton has 14 title reigns, and if anybody has earned the right to break that record, it's him. It's him.
Well, I mean, hopefully he's coming back.
It's him. Derek.
John Cena, 15? John Cena's got 15.
16. 16.
And what's Rick Flair? Isn't Rick
16?
So he's tied with Rick?
16.
Yes, he's tied with Rick.
Okay.
Yes.
I believe you.
You should. We've had this conversation a couple times, pal.
That makes sense. Okay, and then Randy Orton's 15. Triple H 14. Is 15. 14. Triple H has 15?
14.
Then? Triple H has 14. Okay. All right.
Okay. Anyways, so Derek.
Yes, sir.
Derek, look at me.
Hold on. I'm trying to sell wrestling.
What?
All right.
Listen.
Chat.
Sell.
All right. What?
Listen.
What?
Do you know who Ariel Helwani is?
Yeah.
It's not the Little Mermaid.
Right.
So then you know that Ariel Helwani is a respected-ish combat sports journalist.
I'll give him ish. Yes.
Focusing mainly on mixed martial arts.
Mainly on mixed martial arts. Now he's trying to get into wrestling. And
I figured you would see it that way.
I know of him. I do.
I really figured you were going to see it that way. I'm actually disappointed in you that you saw it that way. But here's the thing, right? So him and Tony Khan had a little back and forth on Twitter. Okay.
That was nothing. No.
No. That was something. Trust me. And I will break that down momentarily. However, Tony Khan was in a situation that he had to run Rampage at an earlier time than normal due to the NBA All-Star game. So, in Tony Khan's tweet to promote Rampage's early start, took the chance to take a shot. Right? Is that how that happened? I'm not sure. My timeline might be a little messed up. Anywho, in this tweet, it was after that because Whatchanuts happened on SmackDown. So it was the next day. Sorry. I'm a little out of the loop. Okay. Sorry.
SmackDown.
Disney, bud. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
We've only been talking.
I didn't remember.
Yeah, we've only been talking about it for 8 fucking weeks. Like,
nope. You fucking text me like sending me Disney pictures. Like, where are you at?
Yeah, Walt shared a picture, and Walt shared a picture, and Derek goes, "Where are you?" Oh, where you at, man?
No.
So,
and Walt was like, "Disney."
And this
I told you, like,
God's honest truth. This is genuine. Yep.
And this was after you weren't here, right? Because
because I went to Disney.
Right.
Yeah, because we did a show together, just Tom and I.
Yeah. And it was still, where you at?
So excuse me if my timeline's a little fucked up, bud. Okay, at least I didn't forget about your buddies. My buddies.
This is
vacation.
The world I live in, man.
Okay.
Anyways,
Tony Khan sees Ariel Helwani in the crowd at SmackDown. Now, here's the thing. WWE kind of started this. They were like, "Oh, Ariel Helwani's sitting ringside in a fan capacity. Let's show him coming out of a commercial break because, he's spoke out publicly about what a basket case that Tony Khan is, right?" Mm-hmm. So, of course,
he had complained about particularly
their
the interview. Yeah, yes. He was like, did he say it was frustrating or?
Yes,
can't remember
he said
the word.
It was frustrating.
Yeah, it was like the most frustrating interview he'd ever done.
So WWE, Kevin Dunn sees Ariel Helwani in the crowd, and he's like, "Yeah, put a camera in his fucking face. We're putting him on television." And Hunter's back here, and he goes, Yeah, we sure are." And then they come out of a commercial break, and it's like, "Oh, Ariel Helwani, oh," right? So Tony Khan sees this, he's pissed. So he tweets out, and he's like, "Hey, good luck with your unbiased journalism." And Ariel Helwani replies, and he says something along the lines of, I guess we forgot that I'm not a professional wrestling journalist. And he goes on to say, "Don't listen to the snowman, Shivani. You're a legend in my book." So to me, I feel like there was some context in that tweet that may or may not have allegedly implied that Tony Khan actually, in fact, allegedly uses cocaine.
Because he called him the snowman? Yeah.
Yes.
I would say that absolutely implies that Tony Khan is a cocaine aficionado. So
that's a great word.
I don't think that there's another word that you could use for that. I don't think you could insinuate it any harder unless you think that, like, oh, Tony actually likes to play outside when it's snowy and build snowmen, which I don't think is the case.
So they kind of threw another jab at TK on Tuesday night on NXT.
Yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I guess Booker T. No, wasn't Booker T. Who fuck was it? Somebody was pissed that Ariel Helwani had suggested this. Oh, it was Bully Ray. That's who it was. He was fucking pissed that this got insinuated, right? Like, he felt the same way. And so this is kind of blown up into this whole thing. So here's my question. AEW takes pot shots at WWE all the time.
Constantly.
Right? And we've always praised WWE for not acknowledging and or playing along. But now this time they've done that.
Well, they found a sore spot and they're rubbing salt in the wound, because I don't think that the initial shot of Ariel Helwani was, I don't know, the fact that he was just there, I think was just, it's too easy for them to be like, there's a guy that talks about wrestling sometimes, because he had just recently done some WWE interviews as well. So WWE's main idea out there is to promote their brand, and if promoting their brand means you watching
look at the Super Bowl. I mean, they're promoting their brand. Patrick Mahomes is carrying around a WWE championship.
He sure is.
That motherfucker was flaunting that thing.
Well, I can't, who was it? I think it was Lance Storm that said, that's why they put the WWE thing so big on the front of the championship there.
I mean, at one point, I'm pretty sure Patrick Mahomes had the WWE title more than he had the Vince Lombardi championship.
I'm pretty sure there's more pictures of him on Instagram and Twitter with it than there are pictures of him with that Lombardi. Because somebody, who was it? I want to say it was somebody in AEW, but it may have just been like Brian Alvarez or something.
Hey, not to interrupt you. Hey, bud, are we interrupting something?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a pretty good match.
Huh? Wheeler Yuta versus Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. This is
how they start.
I'm having fun myself.
Like, it's bad enough you can't keep up with conversation. Now you've added an outside distraction. What are we talking about right now?
Why don't we make you juggle while you do it too? Let's see if you can maintain all three.
I have no idea what you boys are talking about. Not a clue.
Shocking. Man, what a fucking great podcast this is. You know, like,
I apologize. All right, I went ahead and off.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have to smoke a cigarette here in a minute too.
The fuck you are, okay? Like, you can set aside the fucking 90 minutes that we do this every week and not have a cigarette. Where's your little Peter Puffer you got there?
Oh, it's over here somewhere.
Yeah, well, there you go. Quit your bitching. Mm-hmm. Anyways, Tom, Brian Alvarez, continue.
So it was somebody who was like said something about Patrick Mahomes. You know, he should be promoting. You know, he just won the biggest title in the world, and he's flashing a WWE, like they were complaining about it, right? Like,
of course, because they're AEW marks.
Yeah, and you know, everybody, whomever said it on, because whomever commented on their thing, you know, they jumped all over whomever that was. I don't know that it was. See, now it's gonna bother me because I can't remember who it was, but it was just some AEW mark, and they just thought, because it was like, obviously WWE's like you know. To if you don't think about it too hard, you know, when they do stuff like that, it's like, oh, isn't that a nice thing for them? Because it's like, you know, it's not going up in the studio. They're going to take it home and leave it in their room or whatever. And, you know, so in your head, you're like, oh, isn't that a nice gesture? Right. But then they hand one to Patrick Mahomes as they would to, you know, anybody before. And then you see Patrick Mahomes with it everywhere after the Super Bowl for 2 weeks. And it's like, oh,
he even had it at the parade, bro.
He did. That's actually the picture that was commented on, was him holding it up at the parade. Like, there were more retweets of that picture.
Wow.
Because he's holding it up like he's Roman Reigns with it.
Awesome.
Great marketing, bro. Great. And it's free. It cost him a replica belt and some custom side plates.
Yeah. And you know what? That was worth, they could have paid $2 billion in commercials and it wouldn't.
And if I remember, in as far as that's concerned, I think that this is the first time that on championship night they've actually had that there, right? Like, I know that they've always given it later, but I don't think that I've ever seen it on championship night. So, like,
well, there were.
Well, I think you might be right. Like, maybe
there were lots of superstars there. At the Super Bowl, like, a lot of them like tweeted pictures of themselves there. So
you think this means like eventually we'll get like pictures from third world countries with little kids playing with like the replica title belt of the team that didn't win?
The team that didn't win?
No, because the side plates are inner. Anyways,
stop it. Just go with it.
It would be funny. It would be funny.
It would be funny. Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
I'm not saying it wouldn't.
Someone wants to go with me.
It would be
this
funny.
little rabbit hole for a second.
Hey, so, yeah, man. But like, I feel like this whole Ariel Helwani thing, like, I just don't like the WWE took a shot, man. I don't know.
I don't like that he took a shot, to be honest with you. I think that he obviously built up some sort of reputation. And to me, though, as a person that reads multiple different free, I want to point that out, free online dirt sheets, I don't pay for anything. I don't read much of his content, so I guess I can't really explain too much about him. But this isn't the first time I've heard his name in some controversy, and he's kind of turned out to be the douchebag in the whole thing.
Yeah, because he absolutely is a douchebag. But I mean, he's an honest douchebag, and that's why people don't like him. You know, so I think that it's just it's low ball at this point for WWE to be swinging down on their neighbor. They don't need to do that. I mean, while it's funny and it's entertaining, and I've absolutely enjoyed it, and it gave us something to bitch, moan, and complain about. But like, I just don't know that it was necessary from WWE's standpoint. And it's like, you can play the card that they didn't know. No, they fucking know. You know what I mean?
You know what you're
And then, I mean, the next day, like, while all this Twitter shit's going on, this was Elimination Chamber weekend, by the way.
Yeah, it was the SmackDown before.
Right, but it didn't get talked about, so we're going to talk about it now. But, you know, and then you had him on your fucking pre-show on Saturday.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I mean,
I don't like it from the big boys, man.
They had the opportunity to rub some salt in the wound, and they took it. And you know, truth be told, if they did it, I think they have a reason for it, because they wouldn't let Billy Gunn be at Raw 30, and so maybe WWE was just putting some salt in with some other salt, and giving them one back. And truthfully, it was kind of, this is like such a like deep, wrestling internet kind of beef thing, is that like only the like deepest, nerdiest wrestling fans even get it or understand it or like give a crap about it. So, to that standpoint, it's, is it WWE taking a dig at AEW? Yeah, but is it the subtlest of all digs? Yeah,
it absolutely is.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, Derek.
Triggered the internet wrestling marks, though. That's for sure.
Okay, yeah. Derek. Let's hear it, bud.
What?
Let's hear it. Well, go ahead. Defend Tony Khan. We're waiting.
No, I'm not. I'm not here to do that today. I'm not. No.
Hey, I don't know if you know, but like, anytime we talk bad about AEW and Tony Khan, it's kind of your thing to like. Tom, do the Gallup thing. Do the Gallup thing, Tom.
What?
You know that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Monty Python thing.
Yeah, it's your job to ride in on the big red horse.
Good sir.
Tony Khan's honor. Okay.
I've rode.
Ready? Ready? Take two. Are you ready? Take two. Take two.
All right. So I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, because all Tony Khan's trying to do.
You're such a fucking mark, dude. I can't stand you.
So I'll tell you what's wrong with Tony Khan right now is that they have not put on a good show in AEW in a month, and they're not doing that. Right
How bad
now.
Was Wednesday, bro?
I shut it off because it was bad.
Yeah,
I might shut this off. This
we were at fireworks at Magic Kingdom, and I was like, I'm gonna watch AEW while we're waiting, and yeah, I'm good.
It was like, I was like, I can't believe this is, wow, we're still doing this. All right. And then the next segment would come on and be like, oh boy. Actually, let's talk about it. Let me find that card. That was Dynamite.
I'm sorry, but Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy is still going on.
Still. Yeah, because that's what they do, bro. Like,
but is this a fucking 25-minute match?
This is why nobody else is on TV and nobody gets over, because they let two guys who haven't been on TV and
one of my buddies who's remotely interested in wrestling, was as a child of our age, and not so much now, but had randomly turned it on and texted me earlier, and I was texting him back and forth about wrestling, and he turned on AEW. the fact that you're watching this 25-minute match that you already made fun of Orange Cassidy about and thinks that he's trash. This doesn't sell the product to anybody.
It really doesn't.
And this isn't necessary. I don't need this. I don't need this as a consumer of this that wants to see AEW, that tunes in for AEW. I don't give two shits about Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy for 20 minutes. I don't. Tom doesn't. I know Tom doesn't.
No. They're still out there. This is unbelievable. Yeah, 20 minutes.
Tom wants somebody to bleed. That's what he wants.
Nobody is bladed though. They've at least
that's good.
Wheeler. I mean, Wheeler Yuta is
still TVPG.
He's a notorious.
For fuck's sake, will you drop that?
He squirts the blood.
Hey, bud, you just leave it be, bud. Just like why? Why does you always got to go to TV-14 argument? Like that's like as a Steelers fan, we say, "Oh, we got 6 fucking Super Bowls." Right? Like nobody cares about your TV-14.
It's just fucking ratings. It's on the TV. Not even fucking pay attention to.
Okay, well, it's a fucking piss poor argument. I'm sick of hearing it. So come up with some new fucking material.
Well, why don't you stop bitching about the fact that there's blood on TV?
It
doesn't matter.
It doesn't bother me one way or the other.
Well, it bothers you that I bitched to Tom about it.
Yeah, so because you guys fucking every week you come in here, you do the same song and dance.
Find that.
We talk about the fucking TV rating. We talk about the blading in the blood, and fuck, man.
Orange Cassidy.
I don't know nothing.
Orange Punch. He beat the guy that's supposed to be the next Rock or the next Stone Cold. Which one is which? He beat him with the Orange Punch. So.
Hey, so how about WWE's pursuing a couple free agents here, from what I hear?
True.
What? A couple free agents. One of them has said to have been the biggest free agent. And people are like, well, who is it? Sasha Banks? Question mark. No, you fucking idiots. It's clearly Nick Aldis. All right. Like Nick Aldis is the free agent right now. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. All right. Jay White is absolutely phenomenal, and he's going to be fine wherever he lands. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago, and WWE is pursuing him, and there's no need for us to touch on that because we kind of covered what that would look like a couple of weeks ago. However, what we have not talked about is the possibility of this being Nick Aldis, right? Like we've kind of put the dream scenarios into play, but the fact that anybody in the internet wrestling community is questioning the fact that this top free agent is Nick Aldis is dumb.
You realize how dumb you sound?
I don't give a fuck, bud.
There's absolutely no chance that it's Nick Aldis. It is Jay White.
No, it's not Jay White.
Coming
it's
over.
Somebody else.
It is Jay White.
It's not, no, because they've said specifically that Jay White.
Jay White.
It's not Jay White. It's they're looking at a bigger. What they consider a bigger name.
Hey, Tom.
Some of the
go with him.
Yeah.
Who's already scheduled for GCW? Who AEW has already worked with and everything.
So a lot of people
he's already infiltrated the American market.
A lot of people are saying that it's maybe Kenny Omega. That's actually
that is a rumor as well.
That's a rumor that the dirt sheets are dirting about
because WWE had made a comment recently. Somebody on the inside had said that we'd sign Kenny Omega. Yeah, fucking right.
It would be terrible. I would laugh at you guys so hard if it was Kenny Omega, because then you're precious WWE.
I hope it's not
specifically Tom, because I like giving Tom a hard time.
I just don't think that Kenny Omega would have a very good run.
And his sparkle fingers in the WWE.
Hey, Tom.
I don't think they let him do that.
There's no sparkle fingers here, sir.
I don't think they let him do that. I don't think they let him do it.
Hey, Tom.
I hope that Bruce Pritchard has to have a conversation with him. Like, yeah, we don't do sparkle fingers here.
Tom.
Sorry about that.
All right, I see what you're doing. I see.
It's because I have another one.
I see what you're doing.
That's for you and me, bud.
Okay.
That's it. That's
okay. That's good. It's been so long, I can barely remember what it tastes like.
Listen, I haven't had it in a really long time because I only had that much in that bottle. right? And then I got this other one, and I was saving my other one for you and I. Like, as soon as he gave that to me, I was like, I'm drinking Eagle Rare on the fucking podcast. That's happening.
There you go. Yeah.
So, anywho, Derek, Bud, like, I'm sorry, but it's absolutely the national treasure. You can bring him in immediately after WrestleMania, put him against Cody Rhodes for the World Championship at SummerSlam, and he's a made man.
See, that's what makes me sad is they're already going to push off of the Sami Zayn whole story.
They'll circle back to it.
No, I don't have time for that. No,
if Sammy helps cost Roman the titles, you know, that'll just be a thing that's happening outside of the title picture.
And then what? Sammy then is a hanger on to Nick Aldis?
No, it's just something that happens outside the title picture.
Yeah,
we'll see. I hope not.
It's like when Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior was the main event at WrestleMania, when the real main event should have been Ric Flair versus Macho Man.
Versus who?
Macho Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Should have been. Wasn't.
What the fuck is wrong with Walt?
I think he froze. Now he's back.
Didn't freeze? Like, what are you talking about?
I can't remember which WrestleMania it is now, but there was one where it's like Hulk Hogan still went on last, even though he wasn't the champ.
Well, yeah.
There's actually a couple of those.
Hogan must pose. I mean, hey, Roman's done it a couple of times. I mean, what are we talking about here? Like, Derek, what's your beef with Nick Aldis, bud?
I have no issues with him, man. I just don't think he has the not to say the organic backing, but the general audience, the dumb audience. I don't know. That's disruptive to say, but you know, he's not a big, you know, television person. He's been on MLW. No, don't sit there and fucking laugh. Where the fuck has he been?
Bro, he looks like a fucking $1 million.
As a mark,
WWE written all over
years. I know he looks like a
heavyweight champion.
And so does an LA Knight. But how has LA Knight been going for the last 3 years?
He was just in a fucking feud with Bray Wyatt.
He did shit. He then got in
He got Maximum Male Models over.
And then he got back.
About?
Yeah. No, that's not a good gimmick. I'm sorry.
But that gimmick is fucking awesome.
It's hilarious.
You're a fucking idiot. No.
Listen, I'm going to tell you what Marseille said.
That is not going to get anybody over.
Don't tell him what he needs to do. He's enjoying his work. They're having fun, which means I'm having fun.
I'm glad they're having fun with their best friend. I saw that. But it's not getting over. One's
over as fuck.
Who?
That's right, it is.
They're the Job Squad, pal. Like, what does everybody want? Fashion.
Oh, there's so much shit that I want to say, but I can't say it on a public forum.
That's all right.
I love you.
Listen, hey, so this is a real thing. So I saw a thing the other day. It was a TikTok that said, if somebody had a gun to your head and you could make one phone call and upon answering, they would say some racist or homophobic shit, who would you call? I'd call Derek. Without a doubt.
I'd call Derek.
Racist or homophobic? And you call me?
I'd call you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's especially with me. Like, that's just how our relationship is, right? But I just thought,
yeah.
Hey, by the way, if
it's not coming from a place of hate.
Nah, not at all. It's a place of love. No doubt. Listen, if you're here, we appreciate you. Hit the like button. Help us out. Thank you very much. Hey, but anyways, but I just don't. I don't see your problem. I don't. Like, Nick Aldis could absolutely come in and make an impact, and Nick Aldis could absolutely.
And I hope he does, and maybe he'll organically get over as somebody that nobody's ever seen. Because I sincerely believe there's going to be like this 1/8 of the WWE community that's going to know who he actually is. I really don't think there's going to be a large section that knows who this guy is. There might be some plants in there, and there might be some boosting of the audio to make it seem like he gets over whenever he first comes out. Like, oh, it's Nick Aldis. No, that's not going to happen. It's not.
And you think that's going to happen with Jay White?
Yes, much more so.
Wow.
He's already been exposed.
Wow.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. Hold on, baby.
All right. So while Derek wrangles his children, all right.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think as much as I hate to do it, I think Nick Aldis is a star, but I don't think they just drop him. I think they're gonna have to run vignettes and do stuff about him.
I'm not saying they're not going to do any of that, but they're going to put him right in the main event picture. It's going to happen.
I don't know that he gets there that fast. I don't know that I don't know that would work organically. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
If it doesn't happen, I'll be really surprised. I mean, I just don't understand how Derek can sit here and think that like Nick Aldis can't handle that spotlight, but Jay White can.
I mean, I think either of them could handle it. I just don't think Jay White will be put there.
I don't either, because I mean, we live in a world where WWE perpetually believes that nobody's watching both of their own shows, let alone both of their shows plus the other guy's show to know who that is.
Yeah.
You know, I have a hard time wrapping my head around that thought process. And maybe when Derek rejoins us, if we're still on this topic, he can try to explain his point of view from that.
I totally will, but you need to re-explain your point of view because I'm not sure what exactly we're talking about.
So we were still talking. We were talking about Jay White, and so what I had said was that Nick Aldis could be, some vignettes and stuff. Tom's brought up vignettes, and I said absolutely that's sure. But he could be dropped into the main event picture. I believe that. I said I just don't believe that Jay White could do the same thing. And Tom actually agreed with you and said, yeah, he could probably handle it. However, and then I brought up the argument. Hey, it's like we live in a world where WWE doesn't even think that everybody watches both of their shows, let alone watch the other guys, right? So I could see the argument as far as that going for Nick Aldis also, but like, I don't know.
So here's where it seems like you might be coming from, and correct me if I'm wrong, Walt, sincerely. Like, I'm not coming across as a dick here, but
you're always a dick.
Like, no, you watch more MLW than I watch NJPW. So for me,
well, considering Nick Aldis has spent the last 5 years in the NWA as the world's heavyweight champion, the same title that the great Harley Race held, the amazing Ric Flair held,
they should go back.
Clearly don't know what you're talking about.
And I think that the other thing to point out too is that WWE is still the land of the giants, and Nick Aldis is a big guy, and Jay White is not. That's really if you compare. I would say arguably skill wise, they're probably at a similar level.
Are you saying that he's the same size as like Neville?
Nick Aldis?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, wait, what? Nick Aldis is.
You just said that in the land of giants, he was a smaller guy.
Jay White is. I said in the land of giants.
Right, and I'm saying
Nick
you're
Aldis
saying
is
Jay
a big
White
guy, and Jay White's not as big.
Yeah, Derek, I'm picking up your comparison. So, Tom, Derek seems to think that you're comparing Jay White's size and stature to that of Pac.
No, I'm just saying that it's, they like to push taller guys.
Yeah, but I mean, Nick Aldis is still only 6'3", bud. I mean, and we're like 55 days away from fucking the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes being the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Like, he's only like 6'2", 6'3". He's not a fucking giant.
I'm saying Nick Aldis. That's booking height is 6'2".
I'm saying Nick Aldis is tall. Jay White's not 6'3".
I don't care.
I'm just saying that he's going to get
Jericho.
I'm just saying that Nick Aldis is going to be pushed a little easier than Jay White. That's all I'm saying.
He has moments where
I have nothing else to say.
Oh, I love it. I love it because I watched it happen and then Derek called it out. Like,
Tom had a moment of like, I will piss on your corpse. Fuck off.
Oh shit, Tom. Oh, I love when Derek just fucking just, and then he gets you. It's just.
No, let's move on.
It's terrible.
No.
Like,
Let's move on. What's our next topic?
It's Walt's fault, Tom. He introduced me to you. This didn't have to happen in your life. That's what it is. This never had to happen, but he made this happen.
I mean, I kind of
I am.
I forced his hand a little bit.
Oh my god! Listen, we've had an enjoyable 3 years, boys. So like 2.5, whatever it's been. Like,
oh, you're not stopping either.
Anywho, listen. So the biggest thing to me this week has absolutely been Nikki Bella. Like, what is her fucking deal?
She is so salty.
Like, why? Like, she even said something about Total Divas this week. Like, oh my god, Total Divas was so much better than anybody gave it credit for. Like, it should have won an Oscar.
And she said like it almost beat in ratings. It would routinely almost beat or was up there with the Kardashians, which okay.
I'm sorry, but Ms. and Mrs. kills that show.
Well, and it actually has better. It actually had better ratings than those two. So there's that.
But like,
Ms. and Mrs. is higher rated. It has more eyes on it than AEW Rampage. That's for sure.
How did we get here, bro?
Well, there's like 2 reasons for that.
Yeah, I know. They're not the same 2 reasons I'm thinking about, right?
Maurice left and Maurice right. Is that what we're going with? Goodness gracious!
Mind out of the gutter. It's
how fucking
show,
beautiful
clearly.
Is she? Goodness. What
Yes.
What is she? She just turned 40.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my god, she's fantastic.
Good job.
No, maybe not. I don't think she's 40.
No, I think she just turned 40.
Okay.
I follow her on Instagram. She just posted some shit a couple of weeks ago. She looked fucking fantastic. I think she just turned 40. You looking it up?
You're braver than I am.
Anyways, that's neither here nor there, right? Like,
no, you're right. 40.
Yeah, she just turned 40. So
his
like,
keyboard doesn't even click. He can silently be like,
so. But listen.
The Miz.
Like, no, I'm moving back to Nikki Bella. Like,
okay,
how did we get here? Like, how the fuck did we get here?
Well, I think the straw that broke the camel's back is that they didn't have anything for her for Raw 30, because she was pretty salty about that.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, they just said they didn't have anything for me. So like it was very much like that.
Well, I mean, the week before she called out their usage of the women.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And she has no, like, your sister botched her first match back from a child, and you guys want to ride that, not you guys, but her and Nikki into the end of oblivion. As far as like, well, we women can come back and blah, blah, blah. We're going to make our stand. Yeah, well, you know what? You shut up and you were a piece of shit. And then
that's
Nikki
really chauvinistic of you, pal. You should be ashamed of yourself.
And Nikki was never any good. Brie was the better showman of the
bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and let you disrespect the goddamn good name of Nikki fucking Bella. Okay,
no.
Like
that was all.
She's a legend.
Nikki.
She's a legend. Okay.
Let this go down in 2023 history. I will show my daughter this. She will agree.
I can't stand you. Like, who invited this fucking guy?
We'll probably have to delete this episode.
No, probably not. I don't give a fuck. I believe in free press, goddammit.
I believe in free press. I ain't mad at you.
Oh shit. Hey, so but Tom, seriously, dude, like what's her fucking problem? Oh, you're muted, dude.
Like I said, they didn't have anything for her for Raw 30. And then, you know, I think she was probably a little miffed before that they fired Johnny Ace. Because that's like
what
her uncle
are they
or whatever.
Like they're related?
Or or like he's dating her mom or something, or I don't know.
He's a fucking pervert.
Yeah, and I think
he's probably the one behind that fucking cell phone cameras in the women's bathroom thing that happened a couple of years ago.
Forgot about that. Yeah,
allegedly.
No, you're right. Johnny Ace would have been there through the whole thing. So yeah, I was like, was he there then? No, yeah, he definitely was. Yeah. No, I think that just, they didn't have anything for her, and she falls back on, and especially when they don't have anything for her because they think that gimmick is spent, which maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I don't know if the Bellas would draw in 2023, but
I mean, we can trot all the other legends out there that can't fucking walk.
Do you really want to?
They don't do that with the women.
What
though.
have they done?
They don't do that with the women though. Like they don't.
Oh, they were great because of their wrestling skills, not because of their body and their ass that they shaked every time they came out. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. I am. Anyway, they're not that great, bud. They're not that great.
Disrespectful, pal.
I don't give a
look, in their prime, they were in their prime when they were regular. When they were regular,
they didn't even want to be here, buddy. They didn't even want to be here. They didn't even know what this was. I've watched the documentary on them. No.
I'm just saying they had a good. There was a good couple years there.
Sure, of course. I'm sure all the trainers are like, they're good. Oh yeah, they're good. They're good. They both look the same. Oh, they're pretty hot. We could probably move them on.
Are you done?
No, I mean,
done? Is that this must be his TV 14 argument?
I have none of those anymore. I'm not allowed to.
Well, this is a fucking TV 14 argument. You're gonna.
It's Tom doesn't understand how TV ratings work. It's fine.
Derek doesn't understand how wrestling works.
It worked at TV 14 whenever I grew up, motherfucker.
Anyway.
Wow, Tom doesn't even want to spar with me. Tom's ready for bed.
No, not yet. I have to have my tea, otherwise I sit up all night. It's dumb.
Oh, so even once we're done here, you're not going to hang out with me. I see how it is. All right, well, whenever you're ready, bud. Whenever you're ready, Walt. It's fine. I'll go smoke a cigarette. Fuck Tom.
But anyway, I think that Nikki feels as though she has been slighted a few too many times lately, and now the gloves are off, and so she's just going to tweet about it and be upset about it, which, seems a little petty at this point, but, I guess she's miffed. So I don't know. I can't really judge her for it.
No, I think it'll get things done, though. I mean, honestly, I'm not being a jerk.
You can't have a disgruntled Nikki Bella running around. That's
exactly like that'll make a dent within the crowd, and if anything, it's going to turn into something, and it'll get all real fast.
And we'll see her on TV. When next time they pass through. Where do the Bellas live in Florida still?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, next time it passes through Florida, you'll see Nikki. And it'll be like, oh.
Hey, man, they fucked Trish Stratus this week. She was supposed to be on there Monday night. They sent her home.
We ain't got time for you, chick.
It's a very non-Vince McMahon thing to do.
Sure is. Sure is.
Very non-Vince.
Hey, so we don't have anything else to talk about. I guess we could go ahead and roll in the match of the week here, huh? Since
we sure could.
Oh, yeah.
Hit the button.
Hit the button.
Tom,
what's your all right? So since it's Wednesday and I've already got to see Monday Night Raw, my match of the week is The Miz versus Seth freaking Rollins, because I don't know. Both these guys I'm a big fan of. I think The Miz is underrated in the ring. At this point, he's like the most experienced guy ever. And Rollins is just tremendous. And not only did they have a good match that made a whole lot of sense, but The Miz actually did pretty good. Had almost, there was a few, oh man, could The Miz win? And it's like, maybe he could. Miz steal stuff every now and then. But then with the end, Rollins stomped him 3 times because he stomped him once. He was clearly out. And then Rollins like laid there in the corner and like hoaxed him up, stomped him, and then like kind of propped him up and stomped him again. And it was really like kind of a very good match with a finish that I thought was like, I didn't expect them to do that, anything like that, or make anything of this, but there we go. And it was great. So it was just good wrestling. It like kind of kicked off the show a little bit. Just good stuff.
Hell yeah, Derek.
It's kind of rough following Tom because he always has such a good delivery on his shit. But you know what I really enjoyed was the women's elimination chamber match. I really wanted to give it to the entire elimination pay-per-view, to be honest with you.
That was good too.
Yeah, it really was. The men's match was slightly disappointing. The women's match was fantastic.
Because Logan Paul ran in at the end. At first, I was like, oh, man, did they really hurt Montez? And then they didn't put him on a stretcher. And I was like,
yeah, that pissed me off because Montez really went above and beyond to make that a wonderful match for his own,
Hey, listen, he got all the flowers this week about how good his shit.
Yeah, that's what I want, is I want him to have all the flowers. That's a perfect example right there. But I feel like the women's match was definitely the best of the last week. Gosh, all kinds of hardcore shit. You got I can't even remember who it was, but slamming through the thing for. You guys know I'm the worst with names. Just stop laughing. Yep, it was good. Yep. Mm-hmm.
My match of the week was the only
match. Mm-hmm.
my match of the week was the only match that I watched this week, and that was the main event of the Elimination Chamber. Pretty fucking good, man. We didn't talk about Elimination Chamber. I think I got my my signals crossed on Elimination Chamber being on Saturday just because I've been kind of out of the loop.
I loved Elimination.
It was good. Both chamber matches were good. The men's match with the run-in from Logan Paul was, I would say, took away from it, but it makes sense going into WrestleMania.
Overall, as a show, Tom, I would say 4 stars. What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, no, for sure, 4 stars.
4 stars.
Bobby Lashley versus Brock wasn't great, but it was fine.
I mean, it was all right.
It was fine for what it was. It was.
Are you one of them ones that's complaining about the ending?
No. So for me, a match like that's more of a television match than a pay-per-view match. But you also don't get Brock Lesnar on television having matches.
Plus, he slammed the referee twice.
Yeah, he did do that too. But I thought it was. I mean, it was fine, but it would have been better had that been on like part of Monday Night Raw, not part of that pay-per-view. Like that could have just as easily been a 10-minute Monday Night Raw segment.
Look at Tony Schiavone, looking like he needs to iron his pants.
I hate him.
Tony Schiavone looks like shit. I'm gonna film that on Twitter.
I really, really hate him.
A friend of the show. You look like trash.
I really, really fucking hate him. Anyways, if you're still here hanging out with us, please make sure you hit that like button. Really help us out. We appreciate it a lot. And listen, if you are enjoying this anywhere at any time, we appreciate you. Check us out over on social media, both Twitter and Instagram at @1_Fall WC. That's ONE. And as always, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. We'll get you next week. One Fall WrestleCast. Derek, you totally botched that at the end of last week.